So let's confirm the entire lineup for race 3. Adam Jones on pole position. We've got Mike Jordan alongside him, starting from second place on the grid. Then right behind, we've got Gordon Shedden and Jason Plato. This could be the chance for Plato to take his first win of the day. Or will it be another second place? And will Giovanardi come through from 5th on the grid to take his hat-trick of wins at Brands? Gavin Smith lines up in 6th place. That's pretty good on his return to touring cars. Jason Hughes and Colin Turkington are together on row 4 of the grid. And Team RAC need a result to finish the day off. Matt Jackson starts 9th. Erkut starts in 10th place. He's been scoring some points so far today. Richard Marsh is 11th in the Alfa Romeo, and Chris Stockton is 12th in the Lexus. Matt Allison, well, I'm not sure he's going to be there, to be honest. I think the damage may be too great. John George should line up in 14th place. Tom Chilton is 15th, and Darren Turner starts 16th. Two fast guys together on row 8. On row 9, it's Tom Onslow Cole with Martin Bell in the 6-cylinder BMW. Then it's Tom Ferrier if he makes it, but I don't think we'll see that car either, so that may give Owen Murray a clear run from 20th place on the grid. Fiona Leggett hopefully will be out for this one from 21st place. Rick Kerry with the diesel from 22nd position on the grid.
Hello everybody and welcome to the Brands Hatch grid. A very angry grid, I have to say. There's a lot of bad feeling on this grid. Let me first update you about the condition of Matt Neal. We were going to talk to his father, Steve Neal, who is absolutely furious, by the way, with this man, Matt Jackson, for what he thinks causing that whole accident in the first race. Matt Neal's okay. He did have a pain in his neck and he was taken to hospital in Dartford, but I believe he is just in the process of being discharged from that hospital. So as I said, Matt Jackson got a hefty penalty, 5-place penalty for that little indiscretion in race 1. But here's a fella, excuse me, I'm going to be very rude and interrupt you. It's Andy Prio, the reigning World Touring Car Champion. And never mind Curitiba, Brazil, never mind all these glamorous places you go to. This is where you want to be. When are you going to come and race in the BTCC?
Yeah, it's good to be here. I mean, the British Touring Cars is a great championship. My place at the moment is in World Touring Cars. I'm enjoying that. It's very competitive, and I'll do whatever BMW tell me to do.
Okay, no, you've got an independent mind. You can do what you want. And you're coming here to race in a couple of weeks?
That's right. We're here in September as part of the World Touring Car Championship. We're on the Grand Prix circuit. So I'm here today just learning what these guys are up to, looking at the changeable conditions, because Brands is like that, and trying to understand where the dry line is and what these guys are doing in the wet. So I hope we get a better race weekend than last year, which rained all weekend. And you know, but the racing at Brands is always so close. It's good fun just to watch anyway.
Okay, thanks very much,
okay.
Andy. Let's have a quick word with Matt Jackson, shall we? Let's see if he's gutted or otherwise. Matt, bit harsh to put you down here?
Say that again, sorry mate.
The penalty's a bit harsh?
Yeah, it's, you know, it's one of those. Maybe, you know, it's first corner, first lap, and obviously wet conditions, and the BMW rear-wheel drive is very, very loose. We had an accident on our own. Unfortunately, everybody else got collected within that accident. It's a problem with the wet conditions.
Okay, thanks very much, Matt. Have a good race. Now, I want to go and have a quick word with Tom Chilton. He is towards the back of the grid. Just quickly on Matt Neal's car, they're going to have a real problem if they want to get that. They've got a race against time, Team Halfords, if they want to get that Civic repaired for the next round in Knock Hill. Because, here we go, Tom Chilton. So, well, let's hope, fingers crossed anyway, that they're going to have that car fixed for Knock Hill, because it did take quite a bit of a bash. Can we just take the net down for a sec? No? We can't take the net down. Right, okay, well. Tom, was that a bit of team play with you and Plato in the second race?
It certainly was not. He made a big mistake and I outdrove him. I was going around the outside quite cleanly, and he just turned across on me, ran out of talent basically.
So was it worth you putting in a protest, or you were just happy to leave it at a bit of handbags?
We're going to leave it. I don't know how the man gets away with it all the time, but we're leaving it in case something really big happens, like when it comes to him and Fabrizio, that when it does happen that we'll win.
But you've still, very briefly, you've still got to play the team game here.
I have indeed. I believe I'm one of the best starters on the grid. I should be able to get through a couple on the start, keep it clean, keep my nose clean, and yeah, hope for the best that we can win the manufacturers.
Okay, thanks very much. We've got race 3 live after the break. We're back at the legendary venue of British motorsport, Brands Hatch, and we're all ready to scrum down for race 3 of the day. We'll rejoin our commentators, Tim Harvey and Ben Edwards.
And the cars are making their way around on the formation lap, and it's dry. I think it's the first time today that we've had a fully dry track for the touring cars. No spray being kicked up, and Tim, they'll all be on their slick tyres this time.
Yes, but that doesn't mean there's going to be any shortage of incidents, and we've certainly had plenty of that in the first 2 races. 11 cars in a pile-up in the first race, half that number in various instances in the second, and of course the reverse grid for this one.
So the reverse grid has meant that on pole position is Adam Jones. Darren Turner, just heard him thanking his crew on the radio for getting his car repaired and back out. He has to start back on row number 8 of the grid, but they've done a fine job to sort out that car that was damaged in a start line accident in race 2. Remember, he tangled with both of the BMWs. There's been a bit of investigation into that, but I don't think any action has actually been taken. Looking on board with Gordon Shedden there, and Gordon, well, he'll be starting from a reasonable position on the grid for this one, but he's starting 3rd, so he's actually got quite a good opportunity here. He's got Adam Jones and Mike Jordan ahead of him on the grid. He's carrying 27 kilos of ballast. Good opportunity. Maybe Team Alphas can pull something out of the bag on what has been a difficult day for them so far. Who else we've got to watch out for here, Tim?
Well, we always say it, but watch out for Colin Turkington and Matt Jackson in the BMWs. There's plenty of room, it looks like, on the grid at the moment, and they certainly can get the power down quickly. We've seen it before in April, we've seen it here today. They do get good starts.
Well, let's see who it is. Fiona Leggett's going to be starting from pit lane by the looks of things. Red light is on the 3rd race of the day. He gets underway, and it's Mike Jordan versus Adam Jones on the front row. Now, Mike Jordan makes the best getaway, but behind, look at the Vauxhall of Giovanardi trying to squeeze down the inside. Adam Jones is there as well. Plato on the outside. Oh, this is all very, very tight. They all get through Paddock Hill Bend, and it's Jordan leading, Giovanardi up in a second, and Plato's been squeezed right out of this. Plato is down in about 8th or 9th position.
A disastrous start for Plato. He went to the outside, made it 3 abreast, and then all of a sudden found 4 cars on the inside of him and no way back into the queue.
So Jason Plato's really got his work cut out here. Oh, off goes Richard Marsh. Thankfully it's just him on his own, no one else involved. Darren Turner and Tom Onslow Cole going side by side. There's the race leader. It is Mike Jordan, and he's got the man who's already won 2 races here today, Fabrizio Giovanardi, right behind him. There's that side-by-side battle still going on. The Seat on the inside of Darren Turner. Tom Onslow Cole the outside, and was that the safety car? Yes, the safety car is on track. They've all got to slow it down.
Well, we've got an MG down in the gravel at Paddock, and I'm not sure who that is. It looks like Fiona Leggett.
Yeah, it is Fiona Leggett. And, well, I think she started from the pit lane. Maybe she just lost it on cold tyres.
Well, everyone else has had 2 warm-up laps. We always have 2 warm-up laps here at Brands Hatch because of the short nature of the circuit. Throw in damp patches and a cold day. Fiona coming out of the pit lane, she's lost it at the very first corner.
Plato managed to regain a bit of ground on that last lap. He dropped to 8th. He's got back to 6th. Although Shedden is arguing with him by the look of it as to who's got what place there. Let's just take a look at the start once again and see how Plato really didn't get away particularly well.
Well, Plato actually gets away okay. It's Adam Jones on the inside, doesn't get away that well. You're Shedden and Giovanardi. So Plato's on the outside, and then steaming up the inside come Jackson and Turkington and everybody else.
Yeah, and he just got sort of eased out, didn't he? So that was the problem, and he's being sensible and obviously trying to stay out of trouble. And he ended up, as you say, losing the places as a result.
This probably is going to be Fiona Leggett, I think, possibly coming out of the pits, is it? Or is it going to be the first lap? Well, we're back to the front, and it looks like Plato has settled for that 7th place behind Shedden.
Yes, that's right. Across the line they've come now. So yes, 7th place it is for Plato, although he crossed the line ahead of that a moment ago. I think he's dropped back to where he's been told. So leading the race it is Mike Jordan, but in 2nd place is Giovanardi. Then it's Turkington, so Colin Turkington, who started back on row 4 of the grid. Well, he had a very good first lap because he's up into 3rd place already, and he was telling me just a few minutes ago that the car is working really well in the dry conditions. He did end up with fastest lap at the end of that 2nd race, and he's in a pretty confident frame of mind if it stays dry.
Yeah, well, that bunching into the first corner actually played into hand. This is on board his teammate, Tom Onslow Cole. There's Turner in front, moving across just to protect the inside. We're going up to Paddock, he's staying on the inside, Tom Onslow Cole, John George on the outside, Turner inside, everybody at this stage being fairly careful. Up ahead you can see Plato hung out to dry. still on the inside. That's Urquhart on the outside. Finally, Tom looks for a little bit of room. Is he going to sneak past Urquhart as well? He does. He hangs it on the inside. Up in front now, we're going to see what happens to Richard Marsh. He comes down to Graham Hill, turns in, gets a tap from Turner. That's what turned him around. And then diving up the inside, very opportunistic, is Onzo Cole, but he's being squeezed on the grass. Does he get through? Can Turner turn in? No, he can't. Yes, he does. Oh, that was so close. Turner must have gone across the grass there. Does he come back in front? No, he doesn't. Onzo Cole gains the position.
Great stuff, great on-board lap there. That was fun, riding with Tom Onslow Cole. We had a quick view of Matt Allison. He is back out in the race, by the way. That was her on her own starting. Now, that's what cold rear tyres does for you. Absolutely no grip through paddock.
No, she hasn't had, everyone else has had one out lap onto the grid. They've then diverted their tyres, or diagonal their tyres front to rear. They've then had 2 extra warm-up laps, so everyone else with a lot more temperature than poor Fiona, paying the price for starting in the pit lane.
Lights are out on the safety car, ready to go again. It's Mike Jordan versus Fabrizio Giovanardi up front. So we've got the man who is battling away in the independence points. That's Mike Jordan in the Team Eurotech car. He's only 4 points ahead of Matt Jackson in the independence battle. Jackson in 4th place, and here we go. Power on, accelerating out of clearways, and it's Jordan who will take them across the line with Giovanardi, Colin Turkington behind, then Matt Jackson, followed by Adam Jones, who started from pole in this race, remember, but dropped away a little bit. Gordon Shedden runs 6th, and Plato down in 7th, and Plato will not be happy with that. Out over the curve they go, and Jordan gets back across to defend his position into Druids, and Giovanardi can't do anything. Adam Jones trying to go around the outside there, and Matt Jackson, that's not really on, and he's got to watch out for both Gordon Shedden and Jason Plato immediately behind him.
Well, Mike Jordan has won a British Touring Car race. He did it in the 3rd race at Mondello, so he knows how to do this. That was last year, of course. He'd love to put another one in the book, so he's going to try his utmost to hold off Giovanardi.
He is, but Giovanardi wants as many points as possible. He's got a chance to take the lead in the championship here from Jason Plato. There's Shedden moving alongside Adam Jones in the Seat, and I think that the orange Team Halfords car of Gordon Shedden is going to take that place. That means that Shedden moves into 5th now. 6th place for Adam Jones, 7th for Jason Plato. Behind him is Gavin Smith, Tom Chilton and Matt Allison. Look at the battle for the lead again. Jordan confident there to stay wide. Look, a little bit tight as Plato tried to get up the inside.
Yeah, Plato was trying to follow through on the inside of Adam Jones. Plato's now once again on the wrong side. He's on the outside. He might get done on the inside.
And Gavin Smith in there as well, trying to join in the green car. He's back in touring car racing, and he's got nothing to lose here. He's not going to play any team orders, and he's going to go for it.
Nor will Chilton behind. That's exactly where these two clashed. And Plato's across the grass. Chilton's round the outside. Matt Allison's looking up the inside. Chilton's still wide.
And also Cole in there as well. Plato coming back at Chilton. Oh, this is hard racing between these guys. Chilton really aggressive here today. He wants to get his Vauxhall ahead of that Seat in the rivalry between these two. And Turkington going for 2nd, trying to take 2nd from Giovanardi. Fails in his attempts, but that was a good try. It's given Jordan a bit of a break. And again, oh, Jackson now trying to take 3rd from Turkington. Oh, wonderful, wonderful stuff. Jackson pays the penalty there for trying to hang out around the outside. That was always going to happen. And Turkington just says, I'm holding on to this 3rd place. And Jackson a little naive there. Meanwhile, I can tell you that Plato's got back ahead of Chilton, and Chilton is battling with Turner along the Cooper Straight. So I don't know what happened there, but Chilton lost out again.
Well, Chilton and Plato had a coming together. We saw them coming along the start-finish line to start of that lap together. They had a bit of a coming together at paddock and dropped back further down the grid.
Yeah, there they go. There goes Plato. Then it's Chilton. So they're at the back of that group. Gavin Smith is still running 7th, and then the rest of them follow through. Onslow Cole's up to 8th, Allison 9th, Plato now in 10th, with Chilton in 11th. So Plato on target for scoring just 1 point. There is Plato. He's just getting along outside Allison for 9th. So he should yet take that place. Allison quick to shut the door, but he gets a tap from Chilton. Chilton muscles his way through. Allison can't do anything about it, and now he's going to lose a place to Turner. Well, remember, Allison's on a restricted budget. He isn't going to try and get too heavy here, but I think he's getting a bit frustrated with being eased out of the way.
Well, he didn't have definitely he was pushed wide at Druids, and the others filtered through. He'd already started this race with tape on the back of his car after the big shunts in race 2. Miraculously, the team motorbase got him out there, but he can't really afford to be riding roughshod with these guys.
There's some real rivalries out there at the moment with the latter stages of the championship that we're into here. Brands Hatch, then we've got Scotland, Knockhill, and then Thruxton, the remaining rounds of the series. It really is critical. Plato is desperate to try and move up this order a bit further. He's currently in 9th place. There we are with the leaders. Jordan leads, Giovanardi in 2nd. The Diesel is off ahead of them. Be careful here, guys. And they get past okay. Rick Kerry does a good job of staying well over to the side of the road. And Mike Jordan's got fastest lap. He's not just leading this race, he's going very quickly.
Well, it's fantastic. Obviously, he's got a fairly light car. Giovanardi behind him, having won the previous 2 races, carries 45 kilos. So he's heavy. And this is the perfect opportunity, and just the way we want to see this touring car regulations work.
It's good fun to watch, and Turkington also with a light car in the BMW in 3rd, so he's got a real chance of attacking Giovanardi, but Giovanardi wants as many points as possible here because Plato is in a little bit of difficulty in terms of moving up the order. So Plato's still down in 9th, Giovanardi currently in 2nd, so if he stayed there he'd score 12 points and Jason Plato would score 2, so that would be a gain of some 10 points for Giovanardi. It'd be enough to put him into the lead of the championship, and then we've still got 4 races to go at Knockhill and Thruxton. What a wonderful climax to the season that would create, but we've still got plenty of time to go in this race. We're on lap 10 out of 27. We'll be going on to lap 11 in just a moment as Mike Jordan comes out of clearways, ready to cross the line on the Brabham Straight once again, and it's Jordan leading with a gap of about 3/4 of a second, or less now, half a second over Giovanardi, and in 3rd place it's Colin Turkington. These 3 have eased away just a bit from Matt Jackson in 4th place and Gordon Shedden in 5th.
Yeah, it's going to be a battle between these 3. Giovanardi's being patient, but he can't be too patient. Turkington's got nothing to lose and he's really going to go for it, but Mike Jordan's driving his line, he's not defending, he's doing a good job of leading this race.
Top 3, nothing to choose between them as they come down the Cooper Straight once again. It's Jordan just ahead, no real chance to overtake there. It's up into clearways sometimes, you can just see a little opportunity, and Jordan was a little bit late on the brakes, just a tad wide turning in, but in fact Giovanardi also made a mistake and now he's under pressure.
Yeah, it looked like Giovanardi, he does take that narrow line, that tight line into clearways, similar to Matt Neal, but look at Turkington. Will he dive up the inside? He's having a look, but very late.
Oh, Giovanardi's out of shape, Jordan's in the gravel! It's all going to go wrong again, would you believe it? Giovanardi gets it back on, Jordan's the one in trouble, and Turkington takes the lead, and Jackson in 2nd, and now you've got a battle between the BMWs up front of Colin Turkington and Matt Jackson, but my goodness, that could have been a huge accident. The same place, Tim, that we saw a big accident earlier.
We need to see that again. I'm not even so sure that Giovanardi meant to overtake. It looked like he just left his braking impossibly late, going into panic, trying to defend his position, and ended up sideswiping Mike Jordan, who was leading, and then a miraculous job of saving it. I could hear over the audio, I could hear the revs. His foot was buried in the throttle when he needed to.
Look how far back he was here.
He's trying to defend from Turkington. He's probably looking in his mirror, missed his braking point by a mile, and just comes into the side of Jordan. And then how he saves this, I do not know.
I mean, he's on the rallycross circuit, and that was some real rallycrossing there from Giovanardi, but I feel for Jordan because, look, as you said, I'm not sure that Giovanardi even was going for the lead. It was just he braked so impossibly late, and Turkington only just missed the back of Giovanardi.
Yeah, all 3 of them could have gone off there, but it's resulted in 2 BMWs at the front, Turkington from Matt Jackson.
Well, unbelievable racing here at Brands Hatch today. So we've got a Team ROC BMW out in front. Now, this is how the day began, isn't it? He had pole position for the original race, he was leading it, and then he made a mistake and lost the lead. Now he's finally got back there, and the guy that was instrumental in that huge accident earlier on, Matt Jackson, now running in 2nd. Where's Plato? Well, he's now 8th. Darren Turner there is in 9th place with Tom Chilton right behind him. It's still advantage Giovanardi in terms of that championship battle, but they could end up tying by the end of today.
Yeah, it'd be very interesting. I'm sure Seat will be pushing the clerk of the course, Bob Kettleborough, to have a look at that incident with Turkington, even though their car wasn't involved. I'm sure they'd love to see Giovanardi penalised in some way.
On board with Darren Turner. Now he's running in 9th place in the 2nd of the Seats. He's got the 2nd Vauxhall behind him of Tom Chilton. Mike Jordan is still running, but he's down in 11th place. He's behind these guys somewhere. with a bit of damage to his car. So what could have been a possible victory? Well, that's gone out the window, and we are a little bit over half distance, but there's still plenty of time to go. Gavin Smith under attack here from Tom Onslow Cole. This is for 6th place. Smith on the inside in the green car. The Irishman, distinctive colour scheme on that car, and lights on for Tom Onslow Cole. He's going to try and go up the inside into the hairpin. Plato's right behind them. He'll take advantage of anything here.
Well, it was Plato that lost out to these two earlier when he had that run-in, and he's now trying to regain the positions as this fascinating championship battle between Giovanardi and Plato constantly fluctuates. Well, that's air cut off. Is this going to necessitate another safety car? I hope not, but it might well do.
Yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on that, see whether it comes on circuit. Plato, meanwhile, is pushing these guys very hard now. Tom Onslow Cole running in 6th place, Smith down to 7th. And there's the Team RAC crew. Well, they're pretty excited because they've got their man leading the race at the moment. It is Colin Turkington. They've had a tough day so far, but can they get something out of this? We'll wait and find out. Martin Bell through 30s. There's Rick Kerry in the diesel. Well, he's running down in 18th place at the moment, but they've done well to get that car back out after damage was done to it earlier. Up front, it's still Turkington who leads the race by 0.8 of a second from Matt Jackson in a strong 2nd position. 3rd place for Gordon Shedden, and it's 4th for Giovanardi. Fastest lap still to Mike Jordan from early in the race. Now the best of the tyres has worn off, so they're not lapping quite as quickly as that, but Turkington seems to have the edge. This is the sort of performance he felt was in the car, but he hasn't been able to deliver it until now.
Absolutely, but I guess you say that fastest lap probably going to be secure, but Matt Jackson's got his dander up. He's had a difficult day. He's got a target in front of him, and don't write him off.
No, that's right. I mean, we've seen Matt Jackson win the race already, and there's a great rivalry there. Of course, he's got a family-run BMW up against the Team RAC cars with a very experienced team looking after them, so he loves any opportunity he can to try and beat them. But Turkington seems to have the edge at the moment. Meanwhile, Plato in the yellow and silver Seat, tucked in behind the green one of Gavin Smith. Now, is he going to make a move here? Try something a little more challenging here to get past the Seat ahead of him. We'll have to see. He's not really chance into the left-hander at Surtees. Might be a chance up here into Clearways. Plato has got that very tight line well sorted into this one, but doesn't go for it yet.
No, that Seat, of course, is run by the privateer GR Asia team that race in the World Touring Car Championship, so absolutely no reason why they should be helping Seat UK. They're a privateer team, and they'll be doing the best job they can. That's his teammate, in fact, Adam Jones in the older style Toledo, holding off Onslow Cole really well.
Yep. Adam in the red and silver and blue car. There you can see him from on board Tom Onslow Cole's car. Tom Onslow Cole, winner of race 3 at Snetterton a few weeks ago, and he said he's been flying high ever since. He's really enjoyed becoming a British Touring Car race winner. It's on his CV and he can't be taken away now. And look at, he's on the attack here. Jones is going to cover him into Surtees. So evenly matched, these cars. Is there a chance? This is where he's going to cut to the inside. Might have been a chance there, but he wasn't quite close enough.
No, Joe just covering enough of the inside to hold him off, and almost flat. You just saw a touch of the brake lights, but almost flat through Surtees.
Battle for 5th position, this one. Looking back from Jones now at Onslow Cole. And Onslow Cole has a little look into panic. He's got alongside, and I think he's done it. Yes, he has. Comes out on the exit, but now Jones might have the inside line for the hairpin, but Onslow Cole's trying to cover that little touch. Oh, good stuff. That's real touring car racing, and that's a bit of give and take, which is nice to see.
Well, for a guy that's come from GT racing, he certainly knows how to rub, doesn't he? I mean, that's one that Jason Plato or Matt Neal would have been proud of.
Yeah, well, he was in position, lights on. What's that going to do? I don't think that's going to make much difference. That'll just get Adam Jones even more fired up. And Jones comes it back now to Onslow Cole, gets out of shape under braking. Gathered it together very well.
Well, they both outbraked each other, didn't they? I think Onslow Cole was using Jones as his braking reference, and they both went in a bit too deep.
Great stuff. Two of the youngsters, two of the new stars of touring car racing in the 2007 season, putting on a bit of a show here at Brands Hatch, but each of them wanting this place so much. It is the race for 5th position. Just to remind you, Colin Turkington is the race leader. 2nd place for Jackson. Shedden in 3rd now. Is he going to return the nudge? Tries to, doesn't quite get a chance, but he has got alongside as they come down the hill. Stully's on the outside, Onslow Cole. Jones on the inside, holds the place, just about. All this happening just ahead of Gavin Smith and Jason Plato. You never know, Plato might pick up a few places in one go here.
Well, he'll be sniffing a few extra positions here, won't he? Definitely to close up behind Giovanardi as Onslow Cole locks up, and inside goes Gavin Smith, and Plato will be trying to follow him through, but that BMW's fast on the straight.
Isn't it? He was, even though he made the mistake, he was so fast off the corner, he got away with it. That was amazing. I thought Gavin Smith had the place, but Onslow Cole just forced it back, and he's still there. Onslow Cole 6th, Smith in the green car in 7th, Plato then in 8th, Darren Turner in 9th, and Mike Jordan, early race leader, down in a rather lonely 10th, I think. And then it's Tom Chilton in 11th, John George 12th, Jason Hughes 13th, ahead of Matt Allison and Richard Marsh, with Martin Bell in 16th position. Good to see that most of the cars that started this race, at least, so they're all still out there, still racing hard, and we've seen some good racing. Adam Jones and Tom Onslow Cole in particular, through Surtees they come. Plato trying to pick his moment here. Needs the points, but he'll be aware that Giovanardi has dropped to 4th position. Giovanardi's now only 4 places ahead of Plato. It'll mean they'll be virtually together going to the next round of the championship. But it's not worth Plato taking any huge risks, otherwise it could be a bigger gap between them. On board with Jones through Paddock Hill Bend.
He's doing a fantastic job. Remember, he ran second in the second race for a long time until his rear wet tyres, which no one else was running at the front, went off, and he got savaged. But he really has driven fantastic. He loves this Brands Hatch circuit. Had a 7th, a 6th and a 5th here back in April, and doing a fantastic job.
Now, is he going to hold him off, though? It's ever so close between these guys. In the background as well, Gavin Smith with both of the Works cars behind him now, the Works Seat cars of Plato and Turner. There's a little chance. No, Jones just turns in tight enough to keep Onslow Cole behind him. Different choice of line here from Onslow Cole. Now he's using the traction of the BMW. This could work, but that Seat engine's still pretty strong. Jones really, everything pressed to the floor, but Onslow Cole might have a chance of getting up the inside. Can't quite do it. Again, clever stuff from Jones.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what's going on with the lights. He's obviously trying to sort of intimidate him or try and tell him he's about to make a move or something, but it's not doing any good. Jones is being extremely resilient.
Oh, this is good stuff. I'm really enjoying the confrontation between these two guys. And so far, so good. It's been basically clean, just a little bit of nudging, but nothing sort of really untoward. They're still both in position behind them. Also on the limit, Gavin Smith, Jason Plato and Darren Turner. Back with them on board. This is with Tom Onslow Cole, the BMW. Now, watch them here. Notice how he had to wait until he could get full on the throttle.
Yeah, you have to be patient there, but the rear-wheel drive really helps turn the car and accelerate it out the corner. And he does have a very good car. I think Paddock is actually his best chance, but Jones is covering it very well.
Tuck it into the apex, try not to run too wide. Now that it's not wet, they can run over that curve. Here's a chance. Onslow Cole might know. Thought he might get an overlap, but Jones is good on the brakes. He really could brake late with that car.
Yeah, he is good, but also he's putting Turkington far enough to the inside to be on the damp. Onslow Cole, sorry, to be on the damp side, and clearly he can't brake as hard there.
Absolutely right. Yeah. Oh, another chance here though. Onslow Cole now there with a chance. He's got the overlap, and finally he's through. Well, how did that happen?
Well, I think Adam Jones ran a little bit wide. Oh, and he's coming back. Adam Jones is coming back up the inside. They're side by side. This guy will not be intimidated and will not be beaten without a fight.
He's come back at him, as you say, on the inside, and now it's going to be a drag race again. We're on to lap 26, 25 out of 27 across the line, and Jones has got it back again. Amazing stuff. In front, and now Gavin Smith joining in the fun. Jason Plato's thinking, where do I go? But now Onslow Cole's got the line, perhaps into the hairpin. Jones will try and brake late. Almost over the curb, the two of them. This is wonderful, wonderful racing. Oh, contact. Onslow Cole's ahead. Onslow Cole's got him. Jones will try and come back down the inside into Graham Hill. Oh, no! And Plato's going to go through.
Plato nearly got a hit. Turner got a hit. Plato, just by the skin of his teeth, got through.
How did he do that? He lifted Jones. I saw the back of Jones's car was on the bonnet of Plato's car, and Plato's got away with it. How did that happen? Well, no idea.
All I saw was Turner has been hit.
Jones is out. Jones is out. Oh, yeah. That's tragic. He deserved a result here.
I think there's fluid down on that corner as well.
Oh,
I've
right.
seen a couple of cars have moments just coming off that bend.
dear, oh dear, what a result for Jason Plato. He will now surely retain the championship lead. That was just unbelievable. Colin Turkington is the race leader. He will go on to his final lap when he comes over the line next time. He's got a 7.2 second lead, and all of this has been going on. But look, second is now Gordon Shedden. I don't know where he got past Jackson, but up into second now has come Gordon Shedden for Team Halford. And third is Matt Jackson. Giovanardi still in fourth place. We're on to that final lap now. But would you believe Jason Plato is now only one place behind Giovanardi, and Plato will retain the championship lead. That is amazing.
Well, Plato and Giovanardi have been irretrievably linked all throughout this meeting. Never more than one place between them.
It's just astonishing, but Turkington is going to do what he needs to do here to hold on to victory and take another win for Team RAC and for the BMW. This will be Colin Turkington's third win. It'll be his fourth win in some ways, but he was excluded from one of them, so it'll count as his third win of the season for Colin Turkington. It's another victory for Team RAC as well, and across the line he comes, he takes victory. Turkington wins it. Second place will go to Gordon Shedden, although we're still waiting for him to come. It's a long gap. Third place goes to Matt Jackson, then it's Giovanardi, and then, believe it or not, it's going to be Jason Plato who will come through in fifth position. Sixth place to Tom Onslow Cole, seventh to Gavin Smith, just ahead of Mike Jordan, who was probably the unluckiest man in that race. Chilton, I think, is going to finish in ninth place. The victory goes to Colin Turkington, and well, it was all fairly straightforward for him, but behind him there was some wonderful racing going on.
Unbelievable race. So all three races with loads and loads of action throughout it all. Plato just managed to get those extra points at the end to keep that tight championship lead.
So Colin Turkington, the winner, from Gordon Shedden in second place. Jackson took third, Giovanardi was in fourth place, and then Jason Plato with the miracle result of the day, he finished fifth. Onslow Cole in sixth, then Smith, Jordan, Chilton and John George.
Well, excitement all the way here at Brands Hatch, and it looked like Fabrizio Giovanardi was heading for a certain podium until he missed his braking point going into Paddock Hill Bend, but somehow the Italian managed to collect it all up and find his way through. We'll be having a chat with him to find out how after the break. Welcome back to Brands Hatch, and how lucky is Jason Plato, gaining 3 laps on the very last lap. Lucky Jason Plato. Well, let's have a look at the result of the race. In confirmation, he finishes in fifth place, Giovanardi, fourth, just behind Mac Jackson, Gordon Shedden in second, and Colin Turkington takes the victory. Now, Plato had a 14-point lead at the top of the table when we arrived at Brands Hatch, but how does it look now? Well, he's still in the lead, but that lead is now just down to 4 points. Right behind him is Fabrizio Giovanardi in second place, and Gordon Shedden moves up to third. Right now, let's go over to Ted.
Last race, and well done, Colin. Does that make up for the disappointment of earlier on in the day?
Yeah, it really does. You know, there's nothing beats the feeling of a win, and it's been a very tough day for me. I thought it wasn't going to come, and I knew we had the pace if the track would just dry up. So, you know, it was by no means an easy race for me. You know, I started 8th in the grid, but the car was absolutely fantastic again. You know, the Team RAC guys done an unreal job, and I just had to pick my way through to the front, and once I was there I knew we would have the pace to win the race.
Yeah, good stuff. And how tricky has it been today in the changing conditions?
Yeah, it's been very difficult. You know, this morning I was leading race 1 and, you know, just got caught out by a huge puddle. You know, I spun round, and then race 2 I was out pretty early, so, you know, it's great to come away from a weekend with a win. Okay, Colin, well done, thanks very much. I want to speak to Fabrizio Giovanardi. Absolutely phenomenal race. We've got that moment. You were defending, weren't you?
Yeah, unfortunately I touched Jordan. Really lucky to control the car, and Jordan too. Anyway, after that I had a problem because I started to feel the ballast on the tires, and I couldn't just finish 4, but it was a great weekend for the Vauxhall, because we scored point against Plato. Again, it's very close.
Have you been a rally driver in a previous life, maybe?
Yeah, twice. Motocross driver, rally driver. No, it's not joking.
You have been a rally driver, so that was no problem for you then?
No, I was really close to spin. Really, really close to spin. Anyway, I was just flat to try to control the car because it's very slippery. And then
you're all over the shop.
The crash. Anyway, it's okay.
Okay,
I'm sorry for Jordan. I'm sorry for Jordan, man.
Yeah.
This racing accident, I think, was not for good damage to him.
And just a very brief thought on the championship now. Very close, 4 points.
Very close. We'll see. 2 races to 6 races to go. It will be really tough. In the end, maybe we will score the same point and the organizers will do another race just for us.
But he's always there, Jason, isn't he? He's just always there, biting at your heels. And what do you think will happen Knock Hill next?
Oh, I really don't know. I think it's a quite tough circuit for us. It's very short, very tight, but I don't want to see nothing.
Okay, thanks very much. Back to you, Louise.
Well, our next touring car meeting will be in a fortnight's time when we'll be live from Knock Hill in Scotland. Our coverage begins on ITV4 at 12:30 and then we switch over to ITV1 at 3 p.m. Next weekend, it's the Turkish Grand Prix. Qualifying's on Saturday from 11:30 and the race coverage starts at midday on Sunday. And there's more motor racing coming up this evening. We've got the German Rally on ITV4 at 6 and then Motorsport UK features action from Formula Renault and Seat Cupras. Well, back in April, Jason Plato had 2 victories here at Brands Hatch to take an early lead, but this time round it's Fabrizio Giovanardi who's done the double. They are now neck and neck as we head to the penultimate round. We'll see you in Knock Hill. Bye-bye.